Greetings and welcome to my channel. Let me be clear, if you are an individual who can be easily offended or triggered by different opinions concerning race, religion, sex, sexual preference, gender, politics, geopolitics, or basically anything at all, please be advised to discontinue at this point. To continue viewing from this point is an agreement that you are watching this video despite receiving a clear warning that you should not, and you relinquish all rights to complain to any authority or seek any compensation from myself or from the platform hosting the video. I thank you for your time and attention, and if you've decided to continue watching, I salute your fortitude.
Who's that?
Your ball. Can I come in? I have meat.
I'm hanging out with my friend tomorrow, Tina, and we are speaking and saying, hey, shall I meet? I'm asking, shall I come to your house or shall we meet at a restaurant, a coffee shop, or what? And she say on the phone, whatever float your boat. What? Why do you say this? I do not. Number one, I have no boat. You know, I have the car. Okay. So what float my boat? Nothing, as I do not own it. But even if it is a metaphor, your boat, my boat, what float my metaphor boat? I can tell you what floated. No holes in the boat. That float my boat. You know, no tidal east wave. This float my boat. Do not put large monster in my boat that would sink it. So what float my boat? What is it? A science float my boat. It's buoyance, buoyancy. What float my boat? How? What do you think is float my boat? Magic? What you think a Merlin man is under the water of my metaphor boat and hold with the hand and make a spell, a floaty spell? No. This is not Lord of Rings or Game of Thrones.
Something's off about the world right now. I think that's very apparent, okay? I mean, you can feel it before you can explain it. I mean, it hits you in small moments, you know? It's the tone people use, the way everyone seems so tense, right? It's you know, the sense that everyone around you is stretched so thin. I mean, you don't need a high IQ to notice it. It's apparent. I mean, you just need to be paying attention. You need freaking eyeballs. That's it. Eyeballs, ears, and a pulse. And that's the thing. The more you pay attention, the clearer it becomes to you. The world isn't sliding toward one outcome. It isn't. It's splitting. Same country, same cities, same streets, but the experience of living in them is completely different depending on where you land. People, they imagine collapse like it's going to just show up one day, like in the movies, you know, and everyone will see it at the exact same time, and it will be widespread. But here's the thing: that's not how things fall apart. It starts in the parts of town that most people never have a reason to drive through, right? It's the neighborhoods with half-shuttered stores, you know, the schools that nobody transfers into, the blocks where you can't tell if a building is abandoned or just, you know, neglected. You see it in the emergency rooms that can't keep staff, right? In the buses that the buses that stop running on time. It's in streets that they just stay busted up because there's never enough money set aside to repair anything. I mean, if you want a real life example, just look at Detroit about 10 years ago. I lived there a decade ago in 2014 and a little bit of 2015. I mean, it felt like living in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I mean, that's when The Walking Dead was still, you know, just a few seasons in. It felt like living in The Walking Dead, shy of there being zombies, of course. But I would just, you know, I had a bike at the time. I didn't even have a car, so I was riding around that entire city on a bicycle. I saw everything. When you're in a car, you miss things, but when you're on a bike, you don't. You see every nook and cranny. I mean, just whole sections of the city were basically holding on by a thread. I mean, you had packs of wild dogs that would attack people. You had street lights that didn't work. You had street lamps that didn't work. It was dark in a lot of areas. You couldn't see anything. And then for, like, if you needed police or EMT, forget about it. I mean, it would take them nearly an hour to respond, if that, maybe longer. And just houses just sitting empty for years because nobody had the funds or the incentive to restore them. Sure, there were some that did get restored, but I mean, I lived in a very blighted neighborhood around New Center that didn't have. It was not nice. There was a very sketchy shopping center with I think a Family Dollar, and there was one house there were two houses that were crumbling. One that looked like somebody had set a fire in at one point. And then another one that was falling apart that was scheduled for demolition. And then I think there was a trap house down the street that had a bulldog chained to it. But I mean, yeah, you could, you know, if you had a car, you could drive just 5 minutes in the wrong direction and suddenly feel like you'd crossed into a completely different country. Or world, like I said. I mean, but meanwhile, the nicer suburbs, just right outside the city, they kept functioning. They were beautiful. I mean, you'd have kids at soccer practice and families just, you know, at the park and shopping at Target, and, you know, while these, you know, huge parts of Detroit were just quietly collapsing, just one building and one block and one service at a time. I mean, that's how decay works now. It's slow and it's uneven. The people with money or influence, they don't live in those early warning zones. They don't feel any of it until much later. I mean, by the time the problems finally reach the areas everyone assumes are stable, you know, the suburbs, the business corridors, those good neighborhoods, the decay has already been spreading underneath everything for years and years and years. I mean, let's take Baltimore, for instance. Baltimore shows how a city can split into two completely different worlds depending on who has resources and who doesn't. The entire neighborhoods they lost their tax base, they lost employers, they lost stability. Meanwhile, in the inner harbor, it stayed polished and busy and completely insulated, right? Same city, two opposite outcomes. I mean, you even see the same pattern in other countries.
UK.
Parts of Brazil. They grew into modern financial hubs while, you know, neighboring districts, they struggled to keep basic services on. South Africa. I mean, you could drive from secure high-end neighborhoods to areas with failing utilities in freaking minutes. Pakistan, it went through phases where private wealth, it stayed comfortable while public systems they fell apart all around. Same with Venezuela. I mean, certain places had, you know, stores with stocked shelves while there was entire surrounding districts that just dealt with shortages and constant rolling blackouts. And like I said, none of that was instant collapse. There was a separation. The split between areas that had enough money to hold on. If you want a picture of where the mindset is heading, just think less Mad Max and more Children of Men. There's a profound emptiness. Mad Max and more Children of Men. A picture of where the mindset is heading, just think less Mad Max and more Children of Men. A picture of where the mindset is heading, just think less Mad Max and more Children of Men. Want a picture of where the mindset is heading, just think less Mad Max and more Children of Men.
And that is exactly what we're going to do. Because I realized that I had not seen it. I've seen it advertised. And I ain't seen it. So, right, the link. And good to see Casper is already there. That is good to see, man. Good to see you, Casper. Right, let me drop the link. There's the link. Casper is already there. And he will be in chat in Rumble. me just pin it in both things. Switch the counter. There we go. View channel. And live. Look at that, it's actually posted twice. Right. So there we go. Let us close down on YouTube now. The link is there. Anybody watching this can get the link from the chat. It's pinned in both chats. If you're not already subscribed to the Magic Treehouse, why not? We will begin. See you later, YouTube.